Picture this. You've spent thousands on the latest survival gear. Military-grade sleeping bag rated to -40. High-tech base layers that cost more than most people's rent. Insulated boots that could supposedly keep your feet warm on Mars. You're wrapped up like a walking advertisement for outdoor survival companies. But here you are, teeth chattering so hard they might crack. Your fingers are numb. Your core temperature is dropping. And you're asking yourself one terrifying question. How the hell am I still freezing? Here's what nobody in the prepper community wants to admit. Most of you are going to freeze to death not because you don't have gear, but because you fundamentally misunderstand what you're fighting. You think cold is some kind of enemy you can armor yourself against. You think if you just pile on enough layers and buy enough expensive equipment, you'll win the battle against winter. Wrong. Dead wrong. Cold isn't a thing. It's not an entity. It's not some malevolent force trying to kill you. Cold is nothing more than the absence of heat. It's like darkness being the absence of light, or silence being the absence of sound. You can't fight something that doesn't exist. What you're actually dealing with is heat loss. Your body is a biological furnace burning roughly 2,000 calories a day, just to keep your organs functioning. That combustion process creates heat energy measured in joules. Every second of every day, the universe is trying to steal that heat from you through 3 ruthless mechanisms that don't care about your expensive jacket. The first heat thief operates through direct contact. When you sit on frozen ground, you're not just getting cold. You're experiencing conduction. That ground has essentially infinite thermal mass compared to your body. It will absorb every joule of heat you can produce without raising its temperature even a fraction of a degree. Your body heat flows into that frozen earth like water into a bottomless pit. The ground wins. You lose. End of story. But it gets worse. Even when you're not touching anything cold, you're still losing heat through the air itself. Every breath you take, every slight breeze, every tiny air current is stealing the warm boundary layer that sits next to your skin. This is convection in action. Your body works constantly to heat the thin layer of air around you, creating a personal microclimate. But air moves. It carries that warmth away and replaces it with cold air that needs to be heated all over again. It's like trying to fill a bathtub while the drain is wide open. The third thief is invisible and silent. Right now, as you listen to this, your body is radiating infrared energy in all directions. You're broadcasting heat into the void whether you know it or not. This electromagnetic radiation doesn't need air to travel. It doesn't need contact. It just bleeds away from you constantly, 24 hours a day. You're a walking heat lamp in a universe that operates at -273 degrees Celsius. Understanding these 3 mechanisms changes everything, because once you know how heat actually escapes, you can start plugging the leaks instead of just adding more insulation and hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. The problem is that most preppers treat heat loss like a leaky bucket. They think the solution is to get a bigger bucket or a thicker bucket, but you're still dealing with the same fundamental holes. The real solution is understanding where those holes are and how to seal them properly. Let's start with conduction because it's the sneakiest killer. You've got your $1,000 sleeping bag, but you're lying directly on snow or frozen ground. That sleeping bag isn't rated for the ground temperature, it's rated for air temperature. The ground doesn't care about your insulation rating. It will suck the heat out of your body faster than your metabolism can replace it. You need a thermal break. Something as simple as pine needles, cardboard, or foam creates a barrier between you and that infinite heat sink below. Now convection gets interesting because it's not just about wind. It's about air movement inside your clothing system. Most people layer up wrong. They create these massive gaps between layers where air can circulate freely. Moving air strips heat. You want dead air space. Thin layers with minimal gaps work better than thick layers with air pockets. Your expensive puffy jacket becomes worthless if cold air can flow through it like a wind tunnel. Here's where most survival instructors get it backwards. They tell you to avoid cotton because it kills when wet. True enough, but they don't explain why synthetics and wool actually work. These materials trap dead air even when damp. Cotton collapses when wet, eliminating those crucial air pockets. No dead air means no insulation. No insulation means you become a heat donor to the environment. The laws of thermodynamics don't negotiate. They don't care about your brand loyalty or your credit card limit. Conduction, convection, and radiation will strip every joule of heat from your body with ruthless efficiency. Your survival depends on understanding these mechanisms and building systems to counter them. Not gear, not gadgets, physics. Stop buying solutions to problems you don't understand. Start respecting the invisible forces that actually kill people in cold environments. Master heat retention or become another statistic.